and like loves animals too, so okay. So imagine your bunny trapped in a cage with nowhere to go. Your hope is to be loved by a human. So when someone comes to swoop you up and take you out of your cage, you're like, oh yes, finally getting adopted, going to a home that loves me. No, it's actually quite the opposite. You're going to a lab to get tested for makeup that we all wear today. Well, most of us. You're being mistreated and misused, and it's very painful and irritating, and you have nothing to help you with the pain. So basically, we need to stop animal testing for cosmetics because it's just like unnecessary and it's very inhumane. So animals are forced to go through many painful experiences and even death. According to Cosmetic Testing FAQ on HumaneSociety.org, there was many multiple tests that happened for like cosmetics specifically. So the first test is like the rabbit's irritation test. So it's basically where they like shave the skin of shave some of like the hair on the rabbit and like force chemicals upon it, which creates like an itchy rash and like irritation and burning. And then they also take certain chemicals and drop them into their eyes, which like burns their eyes. And it's all their way of testing stuff that's supposed to be like going on our faces for makeup and other such things. And they provide the bunnies and any other like experiment like things with no pain relief whatsoever. So the animal is literally forced to sit there, go through all this pain, and doesn't have any relief from it until the experiment stops. Another one is where they force feed chemicals like to the like animals, which is like a long-going experiment. So they're force feeding these chemicals into like rabbits and other such like animals, which there's a list there on all the animals that they use. But basically they're looking for any cancers that grow or any birth defects that come from like when they like breed. And then the last test, probably the most inhumane, is the lethal dose test. So basically they force animals to swallow a large amounts of chemicals and they try to see how much they can give them before it causes them death. So then they find the lethal dose amount by seeing when they die. And then after all of it's done, if they don't die during the lethal dose test or any of the other ones, they usually kill them anyways. They usually they either break their necks, decapitate them, or like make them go through asphyxiation. I think it's And according to experiments on animals on PETA.org, many animals die per year due to this cause. So over 100 million animals, which include mice, rats, frogs, dogs, cats, rabbits, hamsters, guinea pigs, monkeys, and birds. Over 100 million of them die in a year just for cosmetic testing. And as I'm speaking today, there are over 1 million being held captive for this reason. How do we solve this problem? Well, you need to obviously stop the animals from being tested. On HumaneSociety.org, in 2013, a ban in the European Union banned animal testing for cosmetics and stuff like that. So basically, if it was made in a different country and animal tested, it's not allowed to be sold there either. So they can't animal test during in any of these places, or they can't sell stuff that has that. And then cosmetic testing on understandinganimalresearch.org says that the ban was meant to stop animal testing, obviously, and it only happened because they came up with non-animal ways of conducting this research. So it makes sense for us not to be killing innocent animals when there's other possibilities. So basically, we need to stand up to the companies and tell them we won't stop. Boycotts have been successful if they can start a movement, obviously. So social media boycotts succeed when they reflect a movement. On the NewYorkTimes.org tells us that there must be a few specific things that happen. So first, you have to spread awareness. Obviously, me talking to my audience today isn't going to be enough. The audience has to do something with it. And then you have to plan the exact action of what's going to happen. And so nothing goes to chance per se. You need to know exactly what you want to do and be driven. And then you have to sustain the effort. So leaders like myself would have to make sure that it keeps moving and doesn't slow down. And with the amount of people that wear makeup and would support all this stuff, it would be a really good thing. So specific action is really simple. So first things first, you have to refuse to buy the products that are tested on animals, which seems like a little thing, but like if we get enough people and awareness to do it, it does have a little bit of an impact. And then we have to also spread the message to gain numbers so that like everyone stops buying all these things. And like we have so many followers on Twitter and Instagram, and like if you just put the numbers out there and put the word out there, then it's going to get publicized. And then you also have to be willing to write letters to these companies and tell them that like we won't buy their products unless they stop. So basically that would be our plan of action, and like we can make it happen with all our numbers and our efforts if we stick together. And we can end animal suffering.